Hi everyone, welcome to Gen Z Science. Today I'm excited to share with you a new series called How the World Heals. In this series, we'll travel across many different continents and explore how countries and communities prevent and treat health conditions, even when people are dealing with the same diseases. Their healthcare methods may be different, and because of these factors, such as geography or technology or just access to healthcare in general, and sometimes even culture can play a role. So, for the first video in this series, we're going to be traveling across North America to learn how different countries and communities manage diabetes. So, before I begin, I'm going to give a little preview of what diabetes is. So, diabetes is a condition that affects how the body controls glucose, also known as blood sugar. And glucose gives our bodies energy. But having too much glucose in the body for a long period of time, or in the blood essentially, can cause serious healthcare conditions. And although diabetes affects people throughout North America, each location has its own challenges and methods of providing care. So first off, Mexico. So in Mexico, one major focus is preventing and detecting type 2 diabetes early. And some people may have diabetes without noticing clear condition symptoms or just any normal symptoms that are very visible. And this can make regular blood sugar testing very important. Healthcare programs may also encourage people to eat balanced diets, stay physically active, and regularly attend regular medical checkups. These habits can reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes and help people who already have diabetes manage their condition. So, next we are going to go to Alaska. In Alaska, diabetes care often focuses on education and helping patients manage the condition in their daily lives. So, this can include learning how to check blood sugar levels and taking medications correctly. This can also include making healthier food choices and also understanding how the exercise can affect the body. Another thing is community healthcare programs are a very essential or very important in Alaska because some communities are located far away from large healthcare systems, and local healthcare workers can provide patients with support and information without requiring them to travel long distances for every appointment. Next, we have Canada, and Canada uses different forms of medical technology to help people manage diabetes. One example is insulin. An insulin pump is a small device that delivers insulin throughout the body. Instead of taking several separate insulin injections, some patients can use a pump to receive insulin continuously. The amount of insulin can be adjusted depending on a patient's meals, activity levels, and blood sugar readings that the person has throughout the day. And this gives the patient more flexibility while helping them keep their blood sugar levels under control. Next, from Canada, we go to United States, and in the United States, continuous glucose monitorings, also known as CGMs, have changed how people are tracking their diabetes. A CGM uses a small sensor placed on the body to measure glucose levels throughout the day and night. The information that can be viewed on a phone, or this information usually can be viewed on a phone or a receiver or like any other device. And this monitor is very important because it alerts the patient when their blood sugar becomes too high or it becomes too low. And instead of seeing only one blood sugar reading at a time, the patient can observe how their blood sugar levels change after eating, after exercising, sleeping, or even taking medication. And this information can help patients and healthcare providers make better decisions about their personal treatments. Finally, we have Greenland. And in Greenland, providing diabetes care can be very challenging because communities are small, remote, and separated by long distances. People may not always live close to major health hospitals or diabetes specialists. Because of this, local healthcare centers and remote medical appointments can play an important role. Though remote appointments, healthcare providers can through remote appointments, healthcare providers can review blood sugar results, answer patient questions, and give advice without requiring the patient to travel as often. This can often make continued diabetes care more accessible for patients living in isolated areas. So now we traveled across North America and we saw diabetes care, and we saw how it looks different depending on the community and the country we're looking at. So in Mexico, we focused on prevention and early detection. Alaska emphasized patient education, community-based care. Canada used tools such as insulin pumps, and the United States used the continuous glucose monitors. Finally, Greenland used remote healthcare to reach people living far away from major medical centers. Together, all these approaches showed that managing diabetes requires more than one solution. Prevention, education, medication, and technology, and the access to healthcare all play an important role in making people's lives healthier and be able to prevent diabetes as a whole. And this is how the world heals. Thank you for joining me on episode 1, and in the future videos we'll travel across other continents like South America, Asia, Africa, and explore how different parts of the world responds to other health conditions. Thank you for watching.